Welcome to another episode of the Keystone Chiropractic video blog. I'm Dr. Jonathan Chung, and today we're talking about concussions. This past weekend, I had the opportunity to actually go to the Minnesota Concussion Summit, where we were talking about concussion prevention in a meaningful way. A lot of people focus their efforts on developing better helmets to prevent concussion, and the truth of the matter is, a strong helmet in its current state cannot actually reduce concussions, because concussions aren't just a result of slamming your head against another individual or another object. Concussions are happening from movement of the head and neck. And rapid acceleration and deceleration of the head and neck is enough to shake the brain and really cause damage to the brain, which will cause an inflammatory process, which will then in turn create damage to the brain itself. And this is leading to a rash of post-concussion syndrome, and it's also putting people at a higher risk for neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's and even CTE, which is becoming a much bigger issue in professional sports. So what can we do to actually mitigate some of this? So we know that helmets were designed to prevent skull fractures, and they do a great job of preventing skull fractures, but they're actually increasing a player's ability to hit another player with greater force and greater velocity. So there are some people who actually say that moving from a leather-based helmet to a stronger helmet is actually increasing the odds of people getting more severe hits and therefore more severe injuries. So what we got to do is we actually got to find ways to actually reduce the impact of some of these big hits. And the best way that we could do that is to actually slow the head and neck movement down. Now, what can slow down the movement of the head and neck? Well, we got to develop stronger neck muscles, because stronger neck muscles can create better stiffness in the neck, and it could actually reduce the effect of acceleration and deceleration in the neck, therefore reducing any shaking of the brain, spinal cord, and the other nervous system tissues. So what we actually focused on was going through a set program that's been shown to help increase the strength of the head and neck and increase the development of neck muscles in male athletes that are playing high school football. The other cool thing about it, though, is it's actually increasing the strength of female athletes' necks without increasing the size of the neck, because we know that could be a potential cosmetic factor that prevents girls from actually participating in neck strength exercises. And the reason that it's important for girls is because there is some of the highest risk for concussions in sports like soccer, cheerleading, and basketball, because even though they're not suffering any direct head-to-head contact, they're actually more prone to concussions because their neck musculature isn't as developed, and just a simple fall or even a seemingly innocuous hit is enough to set off the concussive process. So we're thrilled to be able to bring this type of work for you guys, and we hope that we could play a role in preventing concussions amongst our youth athletes. Because while we can't do anything to stop these massive hits from that we see in professional sports like hockey and football, we could have a big input in developing the neck strength of our youth athletes, our youth riders, and just the normal human being who may be at risk for concussion just from a car accident. So by strengthening the neck, we could actually improve the odds of helping people with their brain health and helping people participate in activities that they love, but at high risk for severe injury. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Keystone Chiropractic video blog. You can leave comments for us on our Facebook page. You could also leave comments directly on the blog that's talking about concussions today. And you could always send us an email, give us feedback at KeystoneChiropracticFL@gmail.com.